It is March 27th, 2020. This is the third year of the Bluebonnet Garden, and it looks pretty good this year. I would have to say this is the best year. No, this is actually the second season. I'm sorry. Second season. I guess it is kind of 3 years because you have to plant them so far in advance, but it's looking pretty good, I would say. Considering what I put down was 8 by 16, and it's grown substantially. In here, I have big red sage, which is, what is that? Salvia. No, you know what? I can't remember what it is. Regardless, this is one of those sages that is good for all butterflies. Some plants are just good for one or the other, but this sage is good for all of them. This is their rosette. And you can see they're kind of in a row here. Kind of see them in a row. Rosette, 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 rosette. Those are designed to block out the bluebonnets. You know, there's about a 6-week period where the bluebonnets look pretty ratty. And you have to let them seed out or else they're not going to come back next year. So this is my screen. And this is only the second year for the screen. And man, it's coming out. I can't believe how many made it through the freeze. There's 17 plants in here. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I got a couple more coming. So underneath this 100-year-old sweet gum tree, got a bunch of bluebonnets, and it's going to creep up a little bit. In the front, we're going to have Mexican mint marigold. So I just created this bed. You know, I put some in various conditions last year just to see if they would work, because I don't give this bed any care. Sure as shit they did. This really gets a lot of water here. So Mexican mint marigold, got a brand new bed here with brand new mulch. And these are a substitute for dill. They're edible. And I'm going to plant double this. So this is 9, I'm going to plant 17. So it's going to go back here. And then I haven't quite decided what's going in here. I could put something in here, or I could just let the big red sage and the Mexican mint marigold fight it out in here. I don't know. In the back here, I have some Gulf muleys. I put the Gulf muleys here specifically because I want them to block the bluebonnet seeds going this way. So, yeah, you can see the bluebonnets have grown around them. So there's going to be a lot that pop out this way. And the St. Augustines come in here a little bit. But the Gulf muley's looking okay. This is only its second year here. And it looks pretty good. It didn't die back at all in the freeze, maybe because it's overtaken by the St. Augustine. This is Salvia forsythia sage. Salvia forsythia, I think. Forsythia? Who knows? It's Latin. Who knows how to pronounce it? Regardless, it looks pretty good as a backdrop in the fall. It blooms about the same time the Mexican mint marigold does. This is also going to act as a block for the bluebonnets. It doesn't look like it, but this thing's going to be 2 feet taller in the next 2 months. I mean, it's about to take off. So it'll be a little bit of a block. Whenever the bluebonnet seeds come out, I want them to stay here. My neighbors don't want them anyway. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. And you can see I got a little path here into the mealy blue sage. This mealy blue sage is special because it's not from a nursery and it looks different. It is from Devil's River. The guide at Devil's River let me take some. Ooh, that is a great picture. Snap. And mealy blue sage behind it. We've got oxblood lily. Oxblood lily only blooms in September, and I have a little bit here, so yeah, put it in the back. I didn't want it in the front because it only blooms once a year. So these are canna lilies, and holy, have they really taken off. They are thick, which is what I wanted. I'm hoping for a better show this year. The first year, it was kind of hit and miss, but you know, it's first year, whatever. I can't really say what's going to happen in the first year. This is a Salvia gregii, red one. It's coming up pretty nice in through here. You know, you can see the bollards I've got. I got a bollard here because people would come and run over my yard. So I gave as much room as the mailbox gives, which is 12 inches. Same thing here. I've got a bollard. Same thing up there. I've now got a bollard. And you can even see where the tire tracks are. You can see it. So now in between there, it should have a better chance. Although I might have to put one in here. I don't know. People run over my garden all the time. It's very frustrating. So yeah, I'm gonna put another one here, Salvia greggii, and kind of complete the look. Although I've got a few over there and got a few over here. So yeah, these are Granny's mother's canna lilies from her garden, and they have really taken off. I think they were just in a bad spot. They were under a tree, and now that they're in the sun, wow, are they really taking off. This is Mystic Spire Sage, and it's a different color here than it is in Austin. This is purple. Really quite nice. See the bees and everything. This thing comes alive at night. If you come outside in the garden at night and you shine the light in here, it looks like a World War II aerial battle. It is out of control. That's a nice little picture right there. Very good. Snap. Oops. Yeah, that's a good one. And so here I have some Forsythia sage. That's kind of how I found out how it grows. And I didn't know what it was. It was just a chance I took. It didn't grow in Austin very well. It needs more water. Once it got here, you can see it has expanded, which is what I want over there. That's also going to be the milkweed garden eventually. I'm going to have a big vine of milkweed over there. So eventually, yeah, I'll have a whole bunch of that over there. And this is a pretty good view. Over here we've got Greg's Mistflower. Hasn't quite come out yet. The azaleas have. Wow, have the azaleas come out this year big time. I did nothing. I cut them back really hard. Maybe that's what it was. But I cut them back really hard this year. They were out of control last year. This is Sweet Almond Verbena. It's coming in. Pretty excited about this one. Love the smell of this. Unbelievable smell. I mean, it's like just unbelievable. It's like sweet honey, if you can believe it. And then over here, I've got the Canyon Sage, Salvia microphylla, one of my favorite sages, which is the reason I put it in the front. Hot Lips. I love the red and white. I had the red one. You saw the red one just a few seconds ago. Sometimes they come out just white, just like that. Love it, love it. Great look. So this is a Canyon Sage, which is, true to its name, grows best in not full sun. So the trees that are over here actually kind of create like a canyon wall effect. They don't right now. They have at some point. That tree got ripped off, and this tree has been, it's just really hollowed out, destroyed. There was another tree over here that's gone. So I'm hoping to put up some more trees over there, but regardless, this is the Canyon Sage here. Not a lot of highlights after this. I can't believe this made it through. You know, I wasn't sure about this one, firecracker fern. This firecracker fern died back to the ground last year, and I was very frustrated because I had to weed it. I don't like to plant stuff that I have to weed. It needs to be strong enough that it just takes over. And this thing sure did. It didn't freeze back this year, and man, it is thick. I am very happy with it. This is what I wanted. There's no weeds coming up in there. It's going to choke everything out, and it's a hummingbird magnet. So pretty cool. You can see it blooms at random times of the year, which is another good thing for the garden. This over here, Flamacanthus, those haven't grown in yet, but they're only second year Flamacanthus. Some of them are first year even, so they'll come in. Next year, they'll just dominate. I'm not worried about those. And then the plumbago, I'm really impressed with how the plumbago came back. It's coming back strong. I think it's going to bloom here in a few weeks. Pretty excited about that. Tropical sage right here. And the tropical sage looks pretty dense. I mean, it's got some other weeds in there, some seasonal weeds, but I'm not at all worried about the tropical sage. I mean, it is a champ. The only thing I'm worried about is if it overtakes my black and blue sage. I've given the black and blue sage 3 years. This is 3 years, and I've really taken care of it the last 2 years. I've watered it when it wanted because I want this to work. I don't know. We'll see. I brought like 15 of them over here, and like half of them died every year. And now all of a sudden, it is quintupled in size. I mean, it's huge now. It must have pollinated, and regardless, it looks really good. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm really hoping the black and blue sage comes in. And then my favorite Texas sage. You can see this one up front versus the ones in the back. The ones in the back are kind of green. The one in the front is kind of silver. So I really like that.